Preston real quick. Preston, will you face this way, please? So to help kind of take that knee from being in full extension, you don't. I'm going to put this up underneath this heel. Can you pull those shorts up? Okay, so when we do this, we're going to start at the base of the calf. What does number 1 say? Spray it down?
Yeah.
Okay, spray it down with the sticky spray. You're not doing it. Okay, second thing probably, then we're going to start doing pre-wrap. We're going to come down below the base of the calf, go up on your tippy toe. So right here's the base of the calf. So that I'd want to take this, my anchors to come down below here. I don't want to do anchors up here because what happens with the calf when it starts flexing, running? It expands, right? So if we have something that's kind of laid on there and then all of a sudden expands, it just ends up causing a muscle, he'll get a muscle pump and then they'll want to take it off. So usually I just go right down below, okay? You always have to be considered when you do it. I always tell them to flex their calf, flex their quad when I'm doing this.
It's hard with skin color pre-wrap.
Sure does look pretty though.
And this you're going to want to press, you have to pull it up just a little bit more. You're going to go to mid to upper thigh. Okay. Okay. What we're going to do there, in the real world, if I was taping this for my athlete, I would stick it right to the skin. Okay. Bailey, can you grab me some of that Light Plus Pro real quick? Keep on going back a little further. Hold this, Preston. Okay, if I was taping this in the real world for my athlete, this stuff right here, it's adhesive, 3 inches, it gives a little bit, and I would anchor this, you know, probably 2/3 of it on the skin. And then I'd wrap it so that I try and, you know, get a pretty decent size surface area. And then what I'd follow it up is I'd follow it up with this stuff. It's pretty much the same stuff. And I would do my hyperextension with this stuff. It's just a stronger tape, okay? But for purpose in here with taping, we are using what? White tape. So when I go around, you gotta tell them to contract their quad, okay? And see how I'm pulling that tape off the roll? That's what you wanna do because otherwise you'll end up getting that stuff too tight. Again, you don't have to stick it to the hair for you guys' sake, but in the real world, yes you would, okay? Again, he's flexing his quad while I'm putting these on. I'm just trying to lay them on there, just trying to create a little bit of larger area for that other anchor. Okay, down here, I'm just gonna slightly angle it up. Again, he's gonna flex his calf. I'm just kind of laying it on there. I don't want to get too tight. I think I got some of your hair, Preston, so I apologize. All good. Okay, and then from there, okay. So now what I want to do is where the crease of the knee is at, like if you look right here, his crease, right here, so these lines, this crease, I want my X to be created right here in the middle of the knee, and then from medial to lateral. So I don't want the X sitting over here in the middle or over there or down one or the other. So you got to kind of figure that one out. So I'm going to figure out where his locking knee's at right there, and I'm going to unlock it right there. Come back just slightly, right about there. And so I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do this tape job. Slightly different, but I'm going to take this, I'm going to measure this stuff out. Try to use the smaller rolls. So once I do that, I'm just going to create an X with one right in the center. Okay, so what I'm trying to do there is, so the middle of this X is the middle of this. So again, I'm lining it up and down where that crease is at, and then from medial to lateral, okay? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that up there so it sits right there with his leg, okay? And then how I could finish this off is I'd do 2 anchors here and 2 anchors here, and I'm done, okay? So that's option number 1 you have for hyperextension of the knee. This one can be effective. Usually what I do if I did something like this, I usually take this stuff, this stretchy stuff, and wrap it all the way around, because what happens is I want to lay this up against the skin tighter, and it just kind of helps make it a little bit tougher. Okay, so that's option 1. Okay, option 2 which tends to be a little more effective, is if you do X's, okay? And so I'm just gonna, right here, okay? That makes sense? So you can be careful, and you can kind of look, if you're like, hey, I'm over that way too far, the next one I might kind of come to the left a little bit more, just to kind of help center my X.
Do you want us to be able to show you both ways?
No, you choose which one you want. But this one right here is the most effective way for people. That's what one people tend to say, hey, let's do it that way, okay? And to finish that off, I'd go my 2 acres again, my 2 acres here. So either one you do, whether you do that one over there where you measure it, you have to do 2 acres, measure it out, and lay it on there, and then do 2 acres up top, 2 acres bottom. Or if you choose this one, you go 2 acres, crisscross, two X's, and do your 2 acres, okay? So from there, pause it for